Before I start, I have something very important to tell you. Each and every one of you here owes me a standing ovation if I don't poop my pants by the end of this talk. So I have one of the coolest job roles that anyone in this country could ask for. My parents are super proud of it. My relatives boast off about it at gatherings. And the people, they just shower me with love and appreciation for the work I do. What is it that I do, you ask? Well, I sell bhang for a living. So much for being a Sharma ji ka beta. Yeah, now a few moments ago, each and every one of you had a perception of what qualifies as bhang or hemp or cannabis. And it more or less looked like this. Now, even though this image is not wrong, this is not what my bhang looks like. There's a strong taboo associated with the plant and the industry that I'm working in. Some people say it brings you closer to the devil. Others say that it makes you dumb, reduces your IQ, and makes you act crazy, like coming unprepared on a TEDx stage. Some others also call it a gateway drug. The general consensus, however, still is that it damages your life beyond repair and spoils the lives of those around you. Now, this being said, I think this plant is really misunderstood and it has a lot more to offer. The stigma dictates that it's just weed, but that is not all that the plant is good for. This is what my bhang looks like. Our world has become more consumerist than ever before. We define our lives around the things that we possess. This consumerism, coupled with the fact that the companies have a growing ideology of capitalism, has done more damage to our environment than we can possibly imagine. In the midst of all this, there's hemp, a non-psychoactive species of cannabis, which is probably the only natural resource with over 25,000 end users. From apparels to automobiles, from fuel to paper, from construction to medicine, from personal grooming to animal husbandry, there are over 40 industries that use hemp as a healthier, earth-friendly alternative raw material, making it one of the most valuable plants to ever grow on the planet. Let me put this in perspective for you. Imagine fulfilling the entire world's clothing requirement with just 1/4 the amount of water, half the energy, without using insecticides or pesticides, while saving up the land used to do so. This is what we can achieve if we replace cotton with hemp fabric. How about creating a plant-based source of omega-3 and 6 for consumption and edible use without having to kill a single fish in the ocean by growing and using hemp seeds as a source for highly nutritional hemp seed oil? Or how about creating extremely insulated and sustainable housings without having to dig through the earth for raw materials for cement? This is what we can do if we use a simple mixture of hemp sheaves and lime, also known as hempcrete, and create an alternate source for paper without having to cut down a single tree for pulp by using the fast-growing hemp plants as a source of raw material instead. Maybe create preventive care products to treat diseases like Alzheimer's, epilepsy, pain, seizures, and also possibly find cures to dreadful diseases like cancer from the cannabis plant extract. Now, if all of this is not enough, I would also like you to know that hemp is also used to make bioplastics, biofuel, bioleather, and a lot more. All of this while leaving a carbon negative footprint. That is, the plant, the entire production and cultivation of the plant absorbs in a lot more carbon dioxide than it gives out, obviously from the atmosphere. All of this while creating a positive economic domino effect that essentially improves the lives of everyone around us and creates a socially uplifting scenario. We can achieve all of this if we start using sustainable hemp products. But there's a really shocking fact. People don't use hemp products. Isn't it shocking? Yes, no, no. Obviously not, right? So I spent the last couple of months trying to figure out why this happens, why people do not, buy products, or why they are not shifting to a sustainable alternative, even though there are a plethora of opportunities available. As it turns out, there are 4 key markers that define which products get adopted and which don't make the cut. And if there's one thing that excessive smoking and drinking has taught the world, it is everything can be achieved with good marketing. So that is what I've been doing ever since. I've been making hemp cool again. And you all remember that for a living I sell bhang. Great. So now that we have that in place, let's talk about how we are doing it. We aren't talking to a billion people. Believe me or not, or I think all of you are already calling me crazy, but there's a possibility that every single Indian can adopt at least one hemp product. Now, we would love to enable that, but realistically, it is not possible for us. So instead of talking to every Tom, Dick, and Harry, or Ramesh, Suresh, Kamlesh, as we should always call them in India, we are creating a community of people who resonate with the idea that we have and are willing to share it. We call them hemp advocates. As of today, we have over 200 hemp advocates who have officially registered with us, and they have enabled over 50,000 Indians to educate themselves about hemp and cannabis. This meant that we now have an audience to talk to. The next issue was the product perception. How do we change the perception that people have toward hemp products? So we want people to boast of their new hemp bags and shoes, just like they talk about their Gucci and Prada. So we had to change the narrative a little. Instead of telling people that a certain sustainable product is good for the planet, we changed the narrative to how cool they are for owning such a product. We are making hemp-supported lifestyle a status symbol and not just another sustainable product. In fact, we have dedicated this entire year to hemp with this quirky campaign called Ye Saal Bhang Ke Naam, where people like yourself get rewarded for consciously adopting sustainable hemp products, making it a Hempy 2020. So, one of the biggest issues that hemp has right now is that people probably don't understand it. Indians think that hemp is just another Western concept and they couldn't care less about it. And that meant that every time we were about to make a sale, for every single person, we had to educate him over and over again about what hemp is. And that conversation more or less, ended up, or generally now, starts like this. भैया आपको पता है भांग क्या होती है? And then it's like उसी को English में hemp कहते हैं भाई. So we did the only logical thing that we were supposed to. We started addressing it with its indigenous name. And let's be honest, मेरी नई भांग वाली shirt sounds way cooler than my new hemp shirt. That, and once we had that in place where people are ready to accept bhang as what it is, a natural resource, we started talking to people about what the next big hurdle for them is. For anyone who's willing to dive headfirst into a sustainable journey, needs to know where to start from. I mean, I want to buy sustainable hemp products, but I do not know if this hemp kurta is the best choice for me. Or maybe the hemp paper that I want to print my new poster on would be as good as the ones that I already have. This hemp soap might really be very good for my skin, or I might just be allergic to hemp seed oil. How would I know all of this? So, to solve this problem, we did the one thing that millennials do. We created a digital platform. Now, all of you can explore and learn more about hemp products, every single product that is available in the Indian market, and then make a conscious decision of choosing the ones that make sense for you. In order to make things affordable for people, we started developing a hemp starter kit. This allows early adopters to experiment with new sustainable products without having to spend thousands of rupees on them. Now, this is where things started getting interesting. We had a product in place, we had a positive perception about these products, but there are still a lot of inhibitions that people have. How do you start creating a demand for such a product? The easiest thing was that we realized that people start adopting products really quickly when they're gifted to them, and they don't have to think of which product they want to adopt. And that is what we did last December. We hosted a nationwide Secret Santa event where over 100 Hempy Santas anonymously gifted each other hemp products and then took to social media to talk about it. That kind of brought us to the loop where we are right now, where people on a regular basis are adopting hemp products with us. And the good part is that it's not just a blind adoption, it's a very informed decision that they make. Amazing, right? The things that you can do with an engineering degree in India. Now, that aside, it's business professionals like you and me who control what the world believes to be the best for them. And if, as a group, we are responsible for what the world eats, drives, uses, wears, and thinks about, we owe it to the world to make it a better place. They say that the smartest people of our generation are thinking of how to make people click ads. And I truly believe that these people have the power to change the world more than ever before, only if they put their hearts to it. Hemp has the potential to replace 95% of our daily use products with healthier, sustainable, and earth-friendly alternatives. The only thing that it needs from us is good marketing. Hey, no poop. Thank you, guys.